Okay, so let's get started with the course. What you will learn: basics of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, React fundamentals to advanced concepts, and hands-on application development. Tools which are required are Node.js, browser, and any editor. I'm using Visual Studio Code for this course. Okay, so for the environment setup, you need to install Node.js. In case अगर आपके सिस्टम पे Node.js इंस्टॉल नहीं है, you open this browser and go to this website nodejs.all. ठीक है, यहाँ से you can download this software Node.js. So Node.js is basically built in C++, so it's a compiler for JavaScript. You need that, and then you need to set up Visual Studio Code. For Visual Studio Code also, you can just type install VS Code and the official website will come. और यहाँ से आप for Windows or Mac, whatever the device OS you are using, you can download that. If you are using Visual Studio Code, I would recommend couple of extensions. So, okay, first what we'll do, we'll set up our project folder. तो मैंने यहाँ पे एक React folder create किया. You can create any folder. What I need is just to have a dedicated folder for this project. So there is a file already. Let me delete this. Now, first what you do, you type cmd. This will open your command prompt. ये उसी path पे open होगा what you are here. Okay. So if we go back to command prompt, this is not the one. This one. Okay. So now just type code space dot, and this will open the Visual Studio Code. ठीक है. So yes, extensions which I would need you to install. One is right here. So this is for formatting. मेरे system पे already installed है. You can also install. And the second one is live server. Live server क्या करता है? So ये एक mock server host करता है on your local, and launch a development local server with live reload feature for static and dynamic pages. Okay, so what you'll be able to do with this live server is, let's say you create a file index.html. Okay, and let's bring some content, exclamation tab, save. Let's write something. My first React app. React app. Save it. Now, what you will be able to do is open with live server. Once that extension is installed, once I open it, it opens my index.html file. If you want to look at the browser developer tools, you right click anywhere in onto this window and select inspect, or for shortcut you can use Control Shift I on Windows or Command Shift I on Mac. So you can see this HTML document is opened into this window, the tab elements tab, and you can see all the elements. So these are called elements, what you see here in HTML5. Head, body, you could have had this title into an element called h1. So this is a heading tag. h1, h2, h3 size basis पे short होते रहते हैं. So if you type h6 heading, save it, you'll see the size is smaller. This one is h1, this is h6. There are other tags as well. P for paragraph, and then there are semantic tags like header and section. We'll discuss all these things. So for now, this is an HTML file, and we are trying to host this using this live server extension. Okay. Now let's head back to our presentation. Okay, now HTML and CSS basics. Uh, what are the key topics? Structure of an HTML document, semantic tags, layout, principles, responsive design. We'll discuss all these things. Just a brief introduction. What is HTML CSS? This is a structure of a web page, like the skeleton of a human body. It defines elements like headings, paragraphs, images, links, and forms. CSS, on the other hand, is the styling of a web page, like the clothing or appearance of the body. Basically, you style your HTML documents using CSS. You can set the background colors, font size, font family, different font family you can set for your text layout. You can make your application responsiveness. Now, what is responsiveness means? That with different screen sizes, your web page adapts with the screen size. Nowadays, you use your website or applications on different size of screens, right? On monitors, desktops, mobiles, tablets. So the web pages are needed to be responsive. And yeah, this is how you do it using CSS. A little bit of background and history of HTML and CSS. The full form is Hypertext Markup Language. HTML was first proposed by Tim Berners-Lee in 1989 while working at Sun. It was designed to share and link documents across a global network. Okay. Here you can see the different versions of HTML, HTML 1.0, 4.0, and then 5. Currently, we use this version, HTML 5. Okay. In case of CSS, this was proposed back in 1994 by this gentleman, Haken VM, to separate content from presentation, improving design flexibility and maintainability. Okay, here are all the versions for CSS. Right now, what we use is CSS3. That was back in 2011. Introduced modules like transitions, animations, and media queries. So this media query we'll discuss. You can use these media queries for the responsive design. Okay, so enough with the theory. I think let's go back to our code. So what we were doing is, what we'll do is we'll create a header, plain simple header, and then we'll style that header. और वो करते हुए हम practice करेंगे HTML and CSS की. Okay, so let's remove this and this. Let's bring this title into the header, and instead of header, okay, fine. I will just have for now a div, and inside div I will have my title, React app. Save it, and then let's remove this, save, and let's see the changes. Okay, we'll have to open this file. Okay, fine. Now what we need is a header, which is here, and inside header, let's bring in some links. So what I'll do, I'll take an amount list, and then maybe few lists. Home, इसको कॉपी कर लेते हैं. Home, about, and contact me. ठीक है, तो इसको चेक करते हैं. We can see the links here. तो इसकी स्टाइलिंग करते हैं. This is the content. Okay, one more content that we can bring here is this icon, any icon before this React app title. So what you can use this image element. So all these tags that you see here, these are called HTML elements. Okay. Now this is the property of an element, image property. So source may you either you enter the path of the image. Now what you can do is any image which is available online and you have the link, you can paste it here, or you can download the image onto your device and you can mention the path here. ठीक है. what I will use is link of this React icon. Just a moment. Copy this and paste it here. Save it. And you see right now the image is huge. So we'll style this. So we have the contents, image, and then title and the list. ठीक है. सबसे पहले तो क्या करते हैं कि इसका इमेज का साइज कम कर लेते हैं. ठीक है. स्टाइल्स ऐड करने के तीन तरीके हैं. पहला है कि डायरेक्ट आप इनलाइन स्टाइलिंग कर दो. इनलाइन स्टाइलिंग मीन्स आप एलिमेंट में ही स्टाइल्स ऐड कर रहे हो. तो यहाँ पे अगर मैं स्टाइल ऐड करता हूँ सिंपली, दिस इज हाउ यू ऐड इट. इट शुड बी इन की एंड पेयर्स, key and value pairs. So this will be a key and value will go here. So let's say if I mention 50 pixel and save it, so the width will become 50 pixel. ठीक है. चलो. This is called inline styling. Second, what you can do, you can also have a separate tag for styling. You can mention the elements, like if you mention img and then you mention the width which is 50 pixel. और अभी इसको यहाँ से remove कर लो. You save this, you go to your website and you see size is still 50 pixels. And the second and the third method would be you create a separate file. Let's name this style.css. और ये जो क्लास है, जो एलिमेंट की स्टाइलिंग है, इसको यहाँ से कट करते हैं, style.css में लेके आते हैं और पेस्ट कर देते हैं. आई थिंक कॉपी हुआ नहीं, नो प्रॉब्लम. विड्थ 50 पिक्सल. ठीक है. तो what you need to do is mention that path which is style.css. इसको सेव करो और add this into a link. Yes, my bad. Should be added into the link, not style. So style tag you'll use as an element here, and for linking any separate file you use this link tag. ठीक है. इसको सेव करते हैं and you can see the size is reduced again. So these are the three methods you can add styles. These concepts are very fundamental concepts, but I'm covering it just so that you have basic idea on the fundamentals of HTML and CSS. You will not need such detailed linking or coding of these stylings in general when you are working with large applications using different UI frameworks. ठीक है. तो ये लिंक इसका लोगों का साइज छोटा हो गया, टाइटल को उसके राइट में लाते हैं और ये लिंक्स को बिल्कुल यहाँ राइट में लेके आते हैं. इसके लिए हमें क्या करना होगा, लेट्स हेड बैक टू आवर index.html and we will start creating some sections. So इसको कर लेते हैं title section and let's bring this inside this, save it. You can see when I'm saving this my file is automatically formatted. ठीक है. इसके लिए क्या करना है आपको, you go to file and then go to preferences and then settings. Now this path can be different on different devices, but you search for this settings option. Go here and search for format on save. ये editor format on save पॉपअप होगा रिजल्ट में, और ये चेक कर लेना कि चेक है कि नहीं. अगर ये चेक करते हो आप, that means your file will be formatted once you save the file. ठीक है. ओके. तो यहाँ पे हो गया, और एक ये नया सेक्शन ले लेते हैं, इसका क्लास रख लेते हैं नया सेक्शन. Now head back to our styles and we will probably use a class for image also. So go back here and Okay, that is mentioned already. So just for mentioning classes, you need to put dot before the class name. ठीक है. यहाँ पे कुछ alternate text भी आप mention कर सकते हो. What it does is, let's say ये image उसको नहीं मिलती है, तो मैं save करूँगा. I think it is still looking somewhere. Let's remove everything, save it, and you can see the alternate text appears. ठीक है, इसको सेव करते हैं. चलो, nav सेक्शन और टाइटल सेक्शन हो गया, और एक क्लास बना लेते हैं हम, हेडर. ओके, हेडर में सबसे पहले हम डिस्प्ले सेट करते हैं. फ्लेक्स. फ्लेक्स क्या करता है? डिस्प्ले हैज different set of proper values for different for display property. You have different set of values, like block means one beneath the other, the blocks will come. So by default in nature, when you define div, these are display blocks. And you have then flex. It means the contents will appear horizontally, side by side, in line. Okay, so display flex. And then I would say justify content space between. इसका मतलब होगा कि ये हेडर क्रिएट होगा, header which is already created. If you try to inspect this element, you'll understand better. Go to header, go to body, and you see this header class. यहाँ पे mention भी है जो तुमने just टाइप किया, display flex and justify content space between. और ये आइकन यहाँ पे दिख रहा है लेफ्ट में. इसको अगर आप क्लिक करोगे, so you can hover on to the element section and it will show you the stylings also. You can see the inbuilt styling for UL tag is already showing, and this space between, and then this logo and title. ठीक है, इसको वापस से क्लिक कर लेते हैं. गो बैक टू आवर पेज. सो अभी हमारा जो हेडर है वो ऐसा दिख रहा है. इसको क्या करते हैं ऑन दी अदर एंड, और इसको टाइटल को भी पहले राइट में लेके आते हैं. ओके, सो टाइटल को राइट में लाने के लिए हमने एक टाइटल सेक्शन क्लास रखी है, इसको ऐड कर लेते हैं. टाइटल सेक्शन में भी हम सेम चीज करेंगे, बिकॉज दिस ऑल्सो वी नीड साइड बाय साइड. जस्टिफाई कंटेंट को स्पेस बिटवीन की जगह एंटर कर लो. समथिंग इज रॉन्ग इफ आई डोंट यूज दिस. हाँ, इट इज फाइन. आई मीन दिस इज जस्ट ठीक है. इसका साइज इस समय ऊपर से मार्जिन एंड ऑल विल सेट, then it will look much better. For now, what we'll do is I have the class of this React app title as well. So just name it title. Title display, not display. Let's say font size will keep 40 pixels maybe. And margin 1 rem. You can mention in pixels or rems. It's fine. Let's check. Fine. Okay. You can change the font family to Roboto and sans serif. ठीक है. सो इन केस ये फॉल बैक फॉन्ट है, अगर ये फॉन्ट नहीं मिलता है उसको, तो sans serif लोड करेगा. Font family, you can mention font weight as well, which I'll say bold, and that's it. And also the color. So let's say for now we'll change this color later, because if I set this to white right now, it will not be visible. Okay, because you have the white background. Now अब इसकी स्टाइलिंग करते हैं. होम अबाउट कॉन्टैक्ट मी की, अगेन उसके लिए भी सेम go to our nav section. Instead of this UL, what I would like to do is inside nav, I will have these lists and name it anchor tags. So this is an anchor tag for doing links. और अगर आप मेंशन करते हो हैश, दैट मीन्स कि वो पेरेंट पेज को रेफर करेगा. ठीक है, save it, go to nav style.css nav section, and you can set display to flex. Go back to your website. This is now into one line horizontal. This is inline basically. uh, you can set text decoration to none. So what it will do, it should have, okay, not these. You will have to set it for anchor tags. So this anchor tags actually brings this class called text decoration. If you hover onto this, and for an anchor tag, you can see text decoration is underlined. If you set this to none, you can set here also and check what happens on the browser in real time. So text decoration none check करके देख लो, यहाँ पे होम का अंडरलाइन चले गए हैं. ठीक है, तो उसके लिए हम क्या करेंगे, विल कम हियर, we'll mention one more class nav section anchor tags. So ऐसे डिनोट करने से डायरेक्ट मैं एंकर की स्टाइलिंग भी कर सकता हूँ, right? I can remove this and just style the anchor tag. But why I'm doing this? Because once you mention the class name and then the element which you are writing the styles for, that is more specific. It will style only these anchor tags, not the ones which we will use at any other place. So that is why you have to be specific in case of style so that it doesn't meddle with your stylings at other places. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे हम अगर मेंशन करते हैं टेक्स्ट डेकोरेशन टू नन, एंड लेट्स से कलर भी बाद में इसका भी सेट करेंगे, बट फॉन्ट फैमिली ले लेते हैं. अगेन रोबोटो एंड सेंस सेरिफ. ठीक है, सेव किया, यहाँ आके देखा ये आ गया है. ठीक है, now let's bring some spaces between them, so you can mention margin right, one rem maybe. ठीक है, अभी इसका एक बैकग्राउंड ले लेते हैं हेडर का. हेडर का बैकग्राउंड, हेडर क्लास यहाँ पे मेंशन है, स्टाइल्स में चलते हैं और यहाँ पे ले लेते हैं. ठीक है, बैकग्राउंड कलर, you can use any color, you can use hash codes, whatever. Let's use this and change it little bit, something this. सेव करो, चेक करो. ठीक है, now we can change the colors of text. So let's say color white. Oh yeah, white के लिए this is the hashtag that you can use, triple F. Same for anchor tags. Save, and you can see I don't like much this color. Let's go a little bit. Okay, fine. Let's go with this. nav section, इसको अभी थोड़ा सा फिर सेंटर में लेके आ जाते हैं. Home about contact me. This is inside nav section. Anchor tags, you can mention the margins also. Actually, what happens if I do this? It is fine. Let's bring some more margins. ठीक है. So what you need to do, let's say you need margins from top but not from the right this much. So you can separate this also with margin top and margin right to, let's say, back to 1 rem. दिस इज मच बेटर। ठीक है, अभी एक चीज आप मेंशन कर रहे होगे कि इस हेडर के आउटर साइड में भी थोड़ा सा मार्जिन है, विच इज इनसाइड बॉडी आई थिंक। वुड से इफ यू क्लिक ऑन बॉडी, हाँ देखो, बॉडी जो है उसका इनबिल्ट स्टाइलिंग है 8 पिक्सल का मार्जिन। सो उसको खत्म कर देते हैं। कैसे करेंगे? सिंपली जस्ट ऐड बॉडी मार्जिन 0, सेव इट। कभी कभी ओवरराइट नहीं हो पाता है, तो उसके लिए व्हाट यू कैन डू इज मेंशन दिस, तो फोर्सफुली वो ओवरराइट करेगा। ठीक है, बट यहाँ पे कर रहा है, सो वी आर गुड। So this is so far the header. You can style it as you like it. Few more things you can also do is ये जो header है इसका box shadow आप add कर सकते हो. So let's take this header and यहाँ पे box shadow. For now you can, how do you mention it? Say 1 pixel, 1 pixel, again 1 pixel, and any color, gray. And then let's do some changes. That's it is so. ठीक है, सेव करो. You see a little shadow. You can change this also, and visualize it as you change. So I do this way. यहाँ पे आके इस पे click करो and use up arrow and down arrow to increase, and you can see how it is changing on the screen. ठीक है, तो ये जो सेकंड वाला कंपोनेंट है इसका बॉक्स शेडो का, ये लेंथ, इसकी हाइट बेसिकली इंक्रीज कर रहा है. सो वील कीप दिस मच. एंड जो फर्स्ट कंपोनेंट है वो, ये आप देख रहे होगे लेफ्ट से राइट साइड में आ रहा है. ठीक है, सो शैडो बेसिकली फ्रॉम लेफ्ट टू राइट कर रहा है. विल कीप दिस एज 1 पिक्सल, एंड द थर्ड वन विच विल सेट द ओपेसिटी. तो आप देखोगे थोड़ा सा शार्पर है व्हेन इट इज लेस, और फिर थोड़ा सा फेड हो रहा है. सो लेट्स कीप दिस टू 4 पिक्सल. Now I'm very bad at setting these stylings, but you can customize yourself. This is how you do it. You can choose the colors and pixels to set a shadow of a card, header, whatever. Okay. So this is your header. You can add uh, once you're done with header, you can add this link. You can define here in head section. Okay. Save it. Still, you have the styles. So head section में we define these properties, I mean these tags like meta and title and link for the stylings and all. And for scripts, we always add the scripts at the last of the body. क्यों करते हैं ऐसा? क्योंकि आपके बॉडी सेक्शन में जो भी कंटेंट है वो डिस्प्ले या रेंडर होगा पहले ब्राउजर पे, और उसके बाद you want to read your logics, right? JavaScript is where you write all the logic, how your application behaves. जब आप किसी बटन पे क्लिक कर रहे हो, जब आप स्क्रॉल कर रहे हो, you are clicking on a link, you are interacting with the application in some way, and the application is behaving. So all that behavior goes into script. उसका लॉजिक आप वहां पे लिखते हो, एंड दैट यू वांट टू डू वंस योर पेज इज रेंडर. अगर पहले कर लोगे उसको, तो व्हाट विल हैपन, लेट्स से जो लॉजिक लिखा है आपने, एंड इट टेक्स टाइम टू रीड, तो उतना टाइम लगेगा और उतने देर तक स्क्रीन ब्लैंक शो होगी, विच इज नॉट अ गुड यूजर एक्सपीरियंस. दैट इज वाई यू ऐड दीज स्क्रिप्ट्स इनटू द लास्ट ऑफ द बॉडी. ठीक है, नाउ इनसाइड बॉडी you can mention different sections, and inside sections you can have, uh, let's say you are showing any products, list of products. Okay. So products, customers, invoices, whatever. These can be the different sections, and you can have footer also. So these are the semantic tags. Nothing but elements. These are all elements. ठीक है, तो सेव कर लो, ये अपीयर होना शुरू हो जाएगा. एंड यू कैन स्टाइल दीज एज वेल इन अ सिमिलर मैनर. सबके लिए क्लास डिफाइन करो ऑन क्लासेस का. डिस्क्रिप्शन यहाँ पे रख लो style.css में. Okay, so this is all